Hey y'all, she finally got a haircut and it has a mind of its own. That was my first haircut in like a year. It's so much lighter and springier. She took off like 5 inches, but now it's like very humid and it's just doing whatever the heck it wants to do. But that's not why you clicked on this video. You clicked on this video because we are talking about my April TBR. If you have seen some of my more recent videos, you have heard me talking about reading the Twisted series. I am doing a reading vlog of that. However, I am trying to kind of pace myself so that I don't kind of wear myself out. For this month, I do want to read Twisted Hate. She is a thick one. It's 487 pages, y'all. Woo! The Twisted series follows a set of friends in college, and this book follows Jules. And it also follows Josh, who happens to be Ava's brother from the first book. Ava is the main female character from Twisted Love. Josh Chen is becoming a doctor. He's hotshot. He couldn't find a woman he couldn't charm, except for Jules. The beautiful redhead has been a thorn in his side since they met, but she also consumes his thoughts in a way no woman ever has. Oh, I'm so excited. Also, Jules is a redhead, and I have such a thing for redheads. My boyfriend's a redhead, so. This book, in one of my more recent videos, I talked about this book and I have had comments of people saying that they love this book, and so that makes me even more excited to read it. I need to read it soon or it's gonna drive me nuts. We Are Okay follows Marin, and Marin just kind of walks away from her life. I love this tagline. You go through life thinking there's so much you need, until you leave with only your phone, your wallet, and a picture of your mother. So basically she walks out of her life, leaves everything behind. Months later, her best friend from this life she left wants to come and see how she's doing, and so all of these things that she kind of tried to get rid of, to push down in a way, are coming and bubbling back up. Marin has to decide how she's gonna handle that. Is she gonna tell the truth to her best friend? And like, what will happen if she does speak the truth to her best friend? Next we have Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute by Talia Hibbert. This book sounds so fun, and it's relatively short. It's only like 303 or 313 pages, which I need all the short books I can get right now. These two used to be best friends until this guy got popular and left her high and dry. Celine signs up for this kind of like wilderness course that takes place over the year. She goes out there only to find out that Bradley is also in this program, and they get paired up together. But they have to work together in order to win the competition and win the grand prize at the end. I guess it's like a best friends to enemies to lovers situation. Best friends to enemies to best friends to lovers. That's a mouthful. Okay, the next book that I would like to read in April is First Lady by Susan Elizabeth Phillips. This follows the former First Lady. Her husband was the president, but he died. She's like, okay, finally I can be normal. But they're like, no. And so they sweep her back into the White House, and she wants nothing to do with it. So she disguises herself to get out of the White House and go and try and live a normal life. My mom has read this and really loves it and says it's really funny. I've read a few other of Susan Elizabeth Phillips's books, and I have loved all of them. All of her books have been rated 4 stars or higher for me. The reason I chose it for April is because it has cherry blossoms on the front. It's cherry blossom season right now, either like here and in South Korea, so I just wanted to read it. If you have watched my Read or Bust video, then you will know The Undomestic Goddess is one of my Read or Bust books. Now, if you haven't seen that video, that means that I have 1 year to read those books on that list or in that video, and if I don't read them, then I am either going to donate, sell them, or give them away because they've been on my shelves for a really long time. It's like giving me an extra incentive to actually read them. This one I thought was kind of springy because this woman is kind of running away from a mistake that she made in her life that she thinks she can never recover from. So she's just gonna go, and in the middle of going, she stops at a house to ask for directions and accidentally goes into an interview and gets hired as their housemaid. She has no idea how to be a housemaid. She has no idea how to do half of these things. So I think it's gonna be really lighthearted, really funny. Cleaning and stuff kind of reminds me of spring because like spring cleaning. I'm looking forward to giving this a try. Then we have The Dinner List by Rebecca Serle. I don't know why, but this book has been really calling out to me lately, and it's actually relatively short. It's less than 300 pages. I'm here for all of the short books lately. I feel like I've been in a bit of a reading slump, just like crawling slowly out of the valley of reading slump so painfully. So the shorter the better. The Dinner List follows Sabrina. Sabrina walks into her birthday dinner and finds everyone there that she would want to invite to her birthday dinner, including Audrey Hepburn and her ex. So it kind of follows that question of like, oh, if you could invite anyone you wanted to your dinner, dead or alive, who would it be? And so those people show up to her birthday dinner. I just thought that was a really fun and interesting concept. Okay, the last physical book we have is The Merciful Crow. I'm doing a challenge on Instagram. I just read 12 books that are recommended by 12 friends throughout the year. It's supposed to be a book a month, but sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, since I'm a mood reader. My friend Jeanette recommended I read this book. Jeanette reads almost more voraciously than I do, and she really enjoyed this book, so I'm excited to read something that she enjoyed so much. This book follows Fee. It looks like she is the leader of a group of kind of like mercenaries. Her group is called to come collect some dead royals for this one group in order to make some money. However, when she gets there, she discovers that those royals have faked their deaths. So she's like ready to rage. However, the faked royals, his name is Jasimir, he promises that if she helps them, then whenever it's his turn to become the king, he will protect her group of mercenaries. To outrun and outwit the evil queen, the trio forge an uneasy alliance that is soon tested by old secrets, shifting allegiances, and forbidden feelings. Ooh. Also, it has a map, and I just love when fantasy books have maps. I have a few more books, but I do not own them physically. The first one I have is The Sea of Tranquility, which is a Libby hold that I have been waiting for months. It finally came in. The Sea of Tranquility, I think, is speculative fiction. When I read the synopsis, I was so intrigued by it. It looks like this book follows 3 different main point of views, 3 different main characters, all during very different time periods. First, we have Edwin, who is in like the 1800s and is exiled from his polite society because of something he said at dinner to Canada, and then hears notes of a violin echoing in an airship terminal. Then 2 centuries later, we have Olive, who is on book tour, traveling all over the earth from her home on the moon. So she comes from the moon to the earth and is doing a book tour. Then, I don't know when this guy comes in, but Gasperi Jacques Roberts is a detective, and he's hired to investigate an anomaly in the North American wilderness. An exiled son of an earl gone mad. A driven writer trapped far from home as a pandemic ravages Earth, and more. Sea of Tranquility is a novel of time travel and metaphysics that precisely captures the reality of our current moment. It's less than 300 pages. It's kind of like, I guess maybe science fiction, speculative fiction. I don't know. It sounds fun, quirky, unique. It sounds like it's gonna make you think. I've heard great things about it, so I'm really excited to finally have a chance to read it. The next 2 are audiobooks. The first we have is The Measure. This is a kind of science fiction fantasy book. What happens is one day people get knocks on their doors, their doorbells ring, and they go out to the front porch to find a box. If you open the box, it will tell you how long you live. So all of these people are like, where did this come from? How did everyone get this? What does it mean? Is it real? It sends this world into chaos. It sounds so interesting. I love the concept of it, and I'm really excited to read it. I'm always excited to read it. I don't know why I say that every time. Last but not least is another Libby hold, and that is Tokyo Ever After. It says Princess Diaries meets Crazy Rich Asians. That sounds fun. An ordinary Japanese American girl discovers that her father is the crown prince of Japan. Izumi travels to Japan to meet the father she never knew and discover the country that she always dreamed of. Being a princess isn't all ball gowns and tiaras. There are conniving cousins, hungry press, a scowling but handsome bodyguard who just might be her soulmate, and thousands of years of traditions and customs to learn practically overnight. It says, will Izumi crumble under the weight of the crown, or will she live out her fairy tale happily ever after? It sounds lighthearted and fun. I wanted to read this for a while and finally put a hold on it, and so I'm excited to listen to it. Okay everyone, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you guys are reading this month. If you've read any of these books, please let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear them, which book I should bump up the list or not. I'm gonna head out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Sending you all the good vibes. I don't know what that was. Okay, I'll see you in my next video. Bye everyone.